You are listening to Radio Long Island City, recorded at our studios near Hell Gate, 9 kilometers north of the Harbor Hill Moraine. And now, the Observatory. The Observatory, Friday the 20th of June, 2025. Today, the summer solstice arrives at 10:42 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time. Because it falls so late in our day, it will already be the 21st of June in Africa, Eurasia, and the western part of Oceania. It is 94 days until the autumnal equinox. By the French Republican calendar, it is the second day of Messidor, the day of the avoine, the oat. The sun rises today at 5:24 a.m. Solar noon takes place today at 12:58 p.m. The sun sets today at 8:30 p.m. Civil twilight ends at 9:04 p.m. and nautical twilight ends at 9:47 p.m. The length of daytime today is 3 seconds longer than yesterday. The moon is in its waning crescent phase and is 29% full at midday. The new moon will arrive on Wednesday, the 25th of June. These are the predicted tides today for Horn's Hook. In the morning, high tide, 6:04 a.m., 1 meter 40. At midday, low tide, 12:07 p.m., 9 centimeters. In the evening, high tide, 6:34 p.m., 1 meter 74. In our shared realm of plants and animals, the trumpet vines have begun to flower. They will sport bright orange flowers through the rest of the summer. Trumpet vines are native to the Northeast. They have thick, woody main stems and attach to walls and fences and trees with suckers along their stems. Like English ivy, they can be damaging to walls. The vine is also known by other names: the trumpet creeper, cow vine, foxglove vine, hell vine, and devil's shoestring. Commemorations. On this day in 1782, Congress adopted the Great Seal of the United States. This was the moment when the bald eagle became our national symbol. On the obverse of the seal, the number 13 is repeatedly invoked, a nod to the original 13 states. There are 13 leaves and olives on the olive branches in one talon of the eagle, and 13 arrows in the other talon. The new constellation of 13 stars appears above the eagle's head, and even the motto, E pluribus unum, has 13 letters. We leave it to conspiracy theorists to unpack the reverse side, with its mysterious pyramid and the Eye of God. The current die of the Great Seal, held at the State Department, is the 7th engraving of the seal. They wear out with use. On this day in 1840, Samuel Morse received the patent for the telegraph. It was the Internet of its day, suddenly allowing communication of messages across vast distances. Interestingly, Morse would be aided in spreading his invention by a generous grant from Congress in 1843. A fine example of how government support for research, invention, and science has been crucial in the development of new technologies. On this day in 1909, the first balloon honeymoon took place. It even made the front page of the New York Times. The sculptor, Roger Burnham, and his bride, Eleanor Waring, ascended from Woods Hole, Massachusetts at 12:40 p.m. in the Pittsfield, a hot air balloon piloted by Captain William Von Sleet. On this day in 1979, President Jimmy Carter held a reception to unveil the 32 solar panels that had been installed on the roof of the White House. They were part of his vision to transform our use of energy into a more sustainable system and wean us from fossil fuels. President Reagan had the panels removed, and Carter's vision was abandoned. On this day in 2018, Algeria began to turn off the Internet across the entire country in a sequence of blackouts in order to prevent students from cheating on their exams. On this summer solstice, now that summer is in full swing, perhaps it's appropriate that today is the 50th anniversary of the release of the movie Jaws. Happy summer to everyone. And that is the Observatory, Friday the 20th of June, 2025.